country's economy jobs. In fact, as noted in the June 2009...
Let's watch the left side of our screen now full. President Barack Obama coming out of that room with the Speaker of the House and key Democrats. It looks like they're going to have a photo op. The question is whether or not they will come to the microphones and speak. Let's watch closely. Looks like the president is going to depart without making comments here at this location. Clyburn, Portman, Van Hollen, all there. These are the key Democrats in the leadership. President shaking hands, slapping backs, and going now the other way with his Secret Service detail. And now we're going to hear, I think, the microphone being moved into place, what the Democrats have to say after hearing from the President of the United States. This would be Congressman Clyburn.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Let me thank all of you for joining us here today. We just completed a whip meeting, and as you have noticed, we were graced today with the presence of the President of the United States. We had a very uplifting meeting. We had a meeting that allowed all of us to focus on exactly why we're here. We feel that we are about to do today something that has been attempted now for almost 100 years. For 61 years ago, President Truman introduced this concept to the Congress. And we have seen presidents time and time again reintroduce the concept, and we have not gotten it done. We believe that today, under the leadership of Nancy Pelosi, Steny Hoyer, John Lawson, Javier Becerra, and Chris Van Hollen, we are on the cusp of making an historical decision on behalf of the American people. None of this would be possible without the tremendous and visionary leadership of the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, and I'm pleased to present it to you at this time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Whip. Yes, it was a great occasion for us to receive the President of the United States on this day when we will be making history with our vote and making progress for the American people. It is also, as Chris Van Hollen reminds us, the third anniversary of Democrats winning the House and Senate for the American people, November 7th, 2006. So it is appropriate that the new direction that they promised, but that we promised them at the time and that we have worked on since then, will be manifested today in the passage of this important legislation. It's very humbling to stand here at a time when we can associate ourselves with the work of those who passed Social Security, those who passed Medicare, and now we will pass health care reform. It is also appropriate that as we were there with the President, that in the chair on the floor presiding over the debate was John Dingell, the person who gavelled down Medicare. So the continuity of this, the dedication over a long period of time, gives us strength and makes us humble. When the President was speaking, I couldn't help but think of Senator Kennedy. Senator Kennedy called passing health care the great unfinished business of our country. He also said it was about the character of our country that we do this. In the same letter that he said that to the President, as we listened to the inspirational remarks of the President, I was also reminded that in that same letter, Senator Kennedy said this. He said to Mr. President, when I first came into public life, we had a young president who inspired a generation and inspired the world. As I leave, Senator Kennedy said, I have hope because I know that we, again, have a young president who will inspire our country, a new generation, and on behalf of our country, inspire the world. Our president is indeed doing that. Without his leadership, we would not be in position to take the historic step we are doing. He has said to us, we will measure our success in the progress that is made by America's working families. Today, we will make not only history, but progress for America's working families. With that, I'm pleased to yield to our distinguished majority leader, without whose leadership we most certainly would not be in position to win today. His knowledge of these issues, his strategic thinking about how to get us from here to there, and his just persistence. And more important than all of that, the respect with which he is held in our caucus for his opinion has gotten us where we are today. Mr. Steny Hoyer, Democratic leader, Majority Leader of the Congress.
I want to thank my partner, the Speaker of the House of Representatives. Nancy Pelosi and I have worked side by side for many years to further the Democratic agenda, to make America better, to make sure that working families have the opportunities and the security that they want and they need. I want to thank also Jim Clyburn. I've known Jim Clyburn for all of my adult life. We started out in the Young Democrats together almost a half a century ago, working on behalf of civil rights in this country, making sure that every American was treated on the basis of his being an American, not the color of his skin or her skin. Jim Clyburn and I are proud to stand with Nancy Pelosi, who of course is much, much younger than we are, to take a vital step in ensuring.
Well, then just let me jump in here after
American
Steny and speak for a little bit.
to have access to affordable, quality health care. We were addressed in this room, in this caucus, by America's first African-American president. How proud we were last November when he in Chicago stood and said about that woman who was over 100 years of age and the sweep of history that she had seen. She was alive when Teddy Roosevelt said, "We need health care for every American." Barack Obama, the man from Illinois, said, "We need health care for every American." And he said it to every American. And every candidate with whom he ran on the Democratic side and the Republican side said, we need to reform health care in America. Today, we will reform health care for America in the House of Representatives. We will make sure that we reach out to make sure that every mom and dad in America knows that they will have health care availability for their child. They know they need that. That's not an option for them. It is a necessity for them because they love their children. We will vote today on the floor of the House of Representatives for not only all those children, but all those seniors and all Americans who want the security of knowing that they have health care and they can get health care that they can afford and that will give them the quality care they need. I now want to yield to the chairman of our Democratic caucus, who has held over 100 caucuses, to inform our members to make sure they know.
That is the Majority Leader of the House of Representatives, Steny Hoyer, a Democrat from Maryland, a man who knows how to